And we're back with Cue the Lights, and we're here at Bella Boutique with the owner, Christina DiDonato, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the store and all the things that are in here, and it's gorgeous. So, when did you first open Bella Boutique?
It's been about 2.5 years now.
Wow.
Time is flying by.
And what was your original idea that was going to set you apart, and why do you want to start it?
I felt like Princeton was lacking in the casual, nice price point, luxury designer clothes niche for shopping, and so opened, and it's been a great success.
So what surprised you about the process or opening a store or running a business?
I think the most challenging part of the initial opening of the business was the construction. It always takes longer than they say, and it's always a little bit higher budget than what they tell you. So I ended up opening about 3 weeks late, which was a little bit challenging because I already had my merchandise. But once we got over that hump, it's been pretty smooth sailing.
So what brands do you carry?
I carry brands such as 360 Cashmere, Velvet, Bailey 44, Calypso, Gigi New York, Minnie Rose, Joie, a lot of well-known contemporary designer brands out of LA and New York.
Has it ever been hard, or have you ever had a doubt about opening a business?
It actually was a very scary thought initially. My husband had much more confidence in myself than I did, but after we got over that initial fear and took the risk, it's been the best thing we ever did.
So do you have some days where no one comes and you're just worried about the sales?
I've had quiet days for sure. Sometimes in the middle of the summer when it's beautiful or it's a popular travel, time of the year, it can be quiet. Thank God I've never had a day where no one's walked in the door. But if it's quiet, I use social media and I reach out to customers and tell them what's going on, keep them informed, and usually I can generate a somewhat successful day even if it's quiet traffic-wise.
So in terms of what you put in the display, like in the windows, what kind of things do you like to put there to catch the attention of the person's eye?
Well, usually they're just my favorite items. They should be things that are very bold. Maybe they're unique pieces, like this guy over here is really furry and attention tracking, but a lot of the times it's just things that I love, so as people come in and notice, I can just speak to it really well because I already maybe own it or I'm wearing it. So that's part of the fun. I can put whatever I want on them.
Have you always been interested in fashion?
For a long period of time, not since day one. I was actually kind of a tomboy when I was younger, but I started at another store in town working when I was in high school, and I loved it, and I spent almost 10 years there and gained my experience and just had a blast, and I developed my passion for fashion. So this kind of, cultivated where I am now.
How about the decor? So it's a very stylish boutique, beautiful lighting, and it all kind of ties together. So what was your inspiration for this?
Well, the store's name is Bella, which means beautiful in Italian. So I kind of have a Mediterranean themed decor. So my dad's a contractor, luckily, and I love design, whether it's, designing an outfit on a body or the decor of a room. So my dad and I sat down, I told him what I wanted, and he made it happen. So I'm lucky. He said I was the worst boss he ever had, but it turned out pretty well.
So what's the most surprising thing that you've found out about maybe shoppers or yourself while you've been doing this?
Surprising. I guess I was worried in the beginning that, people would kind of just fill their closets and be done shopping. But what's nice is that there's always a new trend. The season's always changing. My customers are very loyal, and I'm in a great shopping center where there's always reasons to come. Usually I'm a stop on the way to McCaffrey's or Lily Pies, and so it never just seems to stop. So it's nice that there's always a turnaround and always something to look forward to.
We were looking around the place and I noticed you had some perfumes called Fig and Melon. Was that a coincidence, or do you actually make your own perfume?
It was actually a coincidence. When I was at the show buying, I was walking down the aisles and I saw the word Bella, so it made me stop. And it turned out to be this great company that's named after this couple's two cats, Figueroa and Annabella. So it's kind of funny, but it works out well in the store. I love the designers.
So what are some fashion tips that you have for, people like me that might be slightly confused?
Well, a lot of people need a little bit of help. So It's nice to mix some trend with function. So, you're gonna have all the fun details of the season's trends, like the bell sleeves and the off the shoulders and the cold shoulders. But when you combine them in nice fabrics that you can be hard on and maybe put in the machine to wash instead of constantly getting things dry cleaned, when I say trend and function, that's what I mean. So it's wearable, it's easy, but you still get the look. That's kind of what I accomplish here in the store, and what people appreciate as I kind of style them. So.
What's some of your favorite merchandise that you have?
Right now, I love the cashmere that's come in. There's a really big, like, dusty, kind of muted neutrals as far as the popular color palette for this season. So there's a lot of the ballet pink, the kind of like pale blue. So those in the cashmeres are just stunning. So they're probably my favorites right now.
So what's your favorite season, fashion-wise?
Well, fall is so much fun. It's probably my favorite because there are the most textures and colors.
Okay, so you have a lot of things organized. I see that there's some things over there that are arranged in color and stuff. Is there a specific way that you organize things?
My main goal is shopability, so I try to make little stories. So I have, a section of dressier tops, and then within that, they're kind of color stories. Then I have, like, this rack is all my dresses, and then within that, I just try to make it organized and a little bit by color. So as people ask me what they need, ask me what they're looking for, I can point them in the direction of, here's dresses, here's sweaters, and then within that, it's just organized and pretty.
So in terms of your target audience, and for people with, different body types, like I'm on the taller side, Rachel's more on the petite side, what would you recommend for different body types?
Well, for you and I, high-rise jeans work out a little nicer. We have longer torsos and more length to cover, so we can handle when your jeans come up a little bit higher. Whereas for Rachel, that kind of might swallow up her torso. So we'll go for like a lower rise jean. And there are certain brands that I know are cut specifically longer in the arms, and I know there are certain brands that are cut a little bit more on the cropped or petite size. So that's partly in just kind of experience in dressing different body types, and also knowledge on the lines that I do carry and how they're cut. So those two areas of research over the years kind of help me to know right away what to pull for people.
And besides clothing, how would you accessorize people?
Well, the stuff outside just the apparel on the body comes naturally, because a lot of times someone puts something on and it's easy to suggest if they want to see it with a little bit of height, so then the shoes are introduced. Depending on where they're wearing it, we talk about what bag they're carrying, so that's always an easy suggestion. And then jewelry also slides into the outfitting very naturally, because a lot of times people are like, what necklace do I wear with this? What earrings do I wear with this? And then instead of me coming up with something general or random, I can say like, well, something like this. And then it, translates nice and naturally.
When you first opened the store, what kind of who was your target audience, and who were you hoping that would come into the store?
I actually, I was open to, whatever sort of happened, but I would say I am a little bit more of a mature customer. I don't generally dress people my own age that often. I would say the most common lady shopping at Bella is between 35 and 65. But I've actually had a lot of success with mothers bringing their daughters in, like around your guys' age, and even like grandmother figures. And it makes me so happy when a mother, daughter, and grandmother can all come in and everyone leaves with something. And that's happened so many times. So.
That's so special.
And how do you plan to expand the store? Like, are you going to bring in makeup or just more clothes?
Well, at this point, I've pretty much maxed out what I can handle. It's a small space, and at the moment, I'm just trying to perfect my system and make sure everyone's taken care of as is. I think the idea of expanding for me would translate into probably just an e-commerce site. That would be the next step for me, where I can sell things online. But for that to happen, I need a little bit more staff and a little bit more time, because you need to basically have someone manage that entirely as far as keeping the inventory updated and shipped out. So that would be like phase 2 for me personally, but I'm not there yet.
So out of curiosity, do you wear a lot of the things that you have in this store?
I do. I mean, I don't buy just for me when I purchase for the store, but I just happen to love a lot. So it's hard not to take everything home.
And I see you also have shoes.
I do.
Which is great. So basically somebody could walk in here and come out with like a full outfit.
Head to toe.
It's fabulous. So
Thank you.
You really like owning a boutique?
I love it. It's awesome.
Wow. So thank you so much for letting us interview you. It was super fascinating, especially because I knew nothing about running a boutique, obviously. It's really pretty. I hope a ton of our viewers come here, check it out, and walk out with an outfit head to toe,
There you go.
like you mentioned. Is there anything else you'd like to tell to the people that are watching this?
Oh, I would say if you're curious more about Bella Boutique, follow us on social media. Our hashtag is Bella Princeton. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I post new arrivals daily. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.